Hey everyone, I hope you had a great day. In this video we are looking at some new r/malicious compliance stories. I hope you enjoy them. The first story is called No Meat. This was years ago when I was a cook at a national pizza chain. This one family always called for a large veggie lovers pan every Friday night. They never tipped and always complained. They had very specific instructions that the pizza slicer we used to cut their pizza had not touched any meat, as it was against their religion. We took this very seriously. The place I worked at had a ton of Indian customers in the community, and this was a common request. We had a pizza slicer special for their needs, and it was very appreciated by most. So I cooked the pizza the way I always do, cut it with the veggie and cheese only slicer and send it off. It comes back, and the driver says, "They said to make it again. They can tell that you used a meat-contaminated cutter." You know what? I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I did. Things happen. So I made it again. The same delivery driver goes to deliver it and comes back and says the exact same thing. Well, it's Friday night, and anyone who has cooked at a takeout or delivery pizza joint knows that I'm already in the weeds. So I make another one, picture perfect, and put the pie in the box, uncut. The delivery driver came back with a huge smile on his face. They just took the pizza and slammed the door in his face. So we had 2 pizzas to feed the team that night, and they never sent a pizza back again. But they still never tipped, and complained a lot though. The next story is called You Have to Be Quick. My old boss was an extreme penny pincher, and it got so bad that I found a new job and handed my 2 weeks notice. My last shift was a complete mess. Several staff and another manager called in sick, so we were seriously short-staffed. Then a couple of big flights got delayed, so we were stupidly busy. I was running between stations trying to keep everything close to functioning. I had just finished a stint on the bar taking orders when one of the floor guys told me there was an issue with a customer and they wanted to speak to the manager. I went over and he was kicking off about his food not having arrived. "Where's my fish and chips?" I ordered fish and chips and I want it now. Now, I had served him. He was rude at the bar, so I remembered him. I knew he had only ordered about 10 minutes beforehand and had been told there was about a half-hour wait on food. Normally, I would deal with a situation like this calmly and politely. But, as I said, it was my last shift. So, cue malicious compliance. I said, "Certainly, sir. I can get that for you." I went into the kitchen and plated up frozen fish, frozen chips and frozen peas. I took the plate out to him and said, "Here's your fish and chips. If you want it cooked, you can wait the half hour I told you it would be when I served you." He was not a happy bunny and started shouting that he was going to report me to my head office and get me fired. I just smiled and told him, "You have to be very quick for that." I ceased working for this company in less than 2 hours. And with that, I walked away, leaving him with his frozen food. The third story is called She Didn't Want to Follow Policy. I'm an unaccompanied assistant in an airport. To put it simply, I help minors, elders and the disabled to their next flight. This didn't happen to me directly, but I was somewhat involved and it was funny. This happened just yesterday. I was assisting a disabled woman in one of the airport wheelchairs with possibly finding a seat on the flight as she was on standby. As I'm explaining the situation to my passenger, a heated discussion breaks out between the gate agent and a high-quality Karen. The agents are trying to explain to her that per the airline's policy, masks must fully cover your face from your nose down. The bandana over her face was not good enough, and they could give her a proper one. Karen argues that she has had this mask on for the past 3 flights, and it was never a problem. The gate agents severely doubt her claim. The argument continues for a minute before Karen uses his signature line. "Can you get your manager? I wanna speak to someone who knows how to do their job." The gate agent says you got it and almost skips away to find her manager. They both come back over and the manager addresses Karen one more time, as the agent had already given him a quick rundown of the situation. "Ma'am, per airline policy, your mask must cover your nose and mouth fully. Hanging facial clothes, gas masks and masks with valves are not permitted. We have extras to give you if you need one. So basically, you don't know how to do your job either." The manager breathes a quick sigh, says okay, and takes over the computer for about 5 minutes before waving me and my passenger onto board the flight. It wasn't until I walked out of the jet lane and saw Karen still standing in the waiting area that it dawned on me. The manager had taken Karen's seat and given it to my passenger, who was on standby. Judging from the screaming and cursing after the door closed, Karen didn't realize it right away either. The next story is called My Doctor Said. Back in college, I worked as a barista at a local coffee shop. We had a regular who was the worst. Let's call her Carol. Carol was the type of lady who would complain about foods and drinks just to try to con us out of free stuff. She would order a sandwich with 4 extra pickle spears and get irate when we tried to charge her extra for them, for example. She always had an issue with everything she ordered. Carol also came in every day and ordered the same drink. I took her order every day and made her drink every day. One fateful, incredibly busy morning she came in, ordered her usual and sat down. There was a line of maybe 15 people and I had one other coworker behind the bar with me. I make her drink as quickly as possible, take it to her and go back in the reeds. A few minutes later I see Carol hovering towards the front of the line. I knew today was gonna be the day. Hey, everything okay? No, this taste is too strong today. How many shots are in it? Sorry about that. Large lattes always have 3 shots. Carol was looking mortified. Oh, no, I ordered this with only 2 shots. I'm going to need you to remake this. Carol, I've been taking your order every day for 6 months. You've never once asked for only 2 shots. I can remake it for you, but you will have to pay for it. Well, my doctor said I can't have this much caffeine. I only wanted 2 shots and I demand you make this right. And I will not be paying for it. I'm super sympathetic to people with special health concerns and requests. Of course, I would never want to serve anyone anything that would make them sick. But I know Carol, and I know she's full of crap. So your doctor said 2 shots of espresso is fine? Exactly. I grab her cup from her and take it over to the sink, in plain view of her and the growing line of customers. Then I proceed to dump exactly 1/3 of her latte down the drain. I put the lid back on, hand it back to her and say, should be safe to drink now, have a good one. The last story is called This Will Teach Him. So this one happened over the past few weeks here at my work. I'm the Quality Assurance Manager and Workplace Healthy and Safety Officer on a large farm down here in Australia. Part of my role includes making sure people are trained for their respective roles, jobs and tasks, as well as arranging formal, accredited training. As part of the ongoing drought, the government was nice enough to arrange a one-off opportunity for all us farmers in our corner of the country to take advantage of. They provided a bunch of different training courses to be held here in our little farming town that could be attended by anyone who can prove that they work for a drought-affected farm. All was completely free. Once I found out about this, I jumped onto it. I signed a heap of our employees, as well as myself, up for various courses. The boss was ecstatic, as this was saving him tens of thousands of dollars in training, as well as travel and accommodation costs. Plus, it came at a really great time, as the training for several of our employees was set to expire soon and needed to be refreshed anyway. One of these people was John. John is a serial whiner and know-it-all. He's the type of guy to complain about hot weather while wearing jeans, a long-sleeved shirt and a thick vest. Or complain about how he has no time in the day, but spent literally over an hour leaning against his car chatting to a workmate, and then another hour betting on horses on his phone. He also loves to enlighten people with all his supposed knowledge of farming and agriculture. Including my boss and his father, who are 3rd and 4th generation farmers, have decades of experience and expertise and have been in the business since their teen years. Plus, his worst habit of all. He refuses to speak on his phone into the microphone and instead will use a loudspeaker. His ringtone is the most annoying and stupid jingle you can imagine. He has zero phone etiquette and it drives everyone mad. John needs several qualifications to fulfill his role. One of these is a qualification to safely handle, use and dispose of chemicals for use in agriculture. His certificate actually did already expire, but our season hasn't fully begun yet. So it hasn't been a problem. He was signed up to attend this free course, but he came to me on the Friday afternoon before the course, which was set to begin the following Monday. I can't go on Monday, I'm too busy here. Is that so? Yeah, there's just too much going on here that needs my attention. I'm going to have to do a different one. There are no different ones. Not free ones anyway. Plus, I don't think you will find one that's... I try to say that he won't find one that's both in our town and that can be done before our season begins. Yeah, that just doesn't matter. I thought there are ones that only go for 1 day. This one goes for 2 days, which is just ridiculous. I can't take 2 days off. Maybe you should talk to the boss about this. The course is on Monday. You've known about it for ages. You couldn't have figured it out sooner? Mate, I've just been too busy. All I was thinking at this point is that this conversation so far has taken less than 60 seconds, but apparently he's too busy to spend 1 whole minute telling me he's too busy. Well, you better go and talk to the boss about it. Not much I can do about it now. He left at this point before I had the chance to correct him and say that the 2-day course is for people who had their training expire, like him. And the 1-day course is for people just doing a refresher. Fast forward to Monday, and the boss calls me. Long story short, John didn't tell him anything about it until just then. The boss was not happy with him. But his main reason for calling was to ask more about the course and the other options available to John. I had already done all my research months ago in the initial planning stage. I told him that the only other available courses before our expected season kickoff date are a good 5-hour drive away. And they cost around $3,000, not including travel expenses. Yeah, I thought as much. Well, that will teach him a lesson. I told him that his options now are either to go and pay for the training himself and claim it on his tax, or skip it and cover pay cut, seeing as he can no longer do any chemical handling. I was internally laughing. I see. Fair enough. This idiot isn't even doing anything that important. That's why I swung past his area today, as I thought he wasn't going to be there, so I figured I better check on things. He was off doing some crap in the shed, while everyone else was out in the paddock. They didn't even need him. Yeah, right. So, shall I put some of these options for him in an email to him or something? Yeah, go ahead, and do that. Save the busy man some time, and do his research for him. No worries. So, not only did he get himself in some deep trouble, but now he's out of pocket a bunch of money. Plus, I got to be the one to let him know exactly how much in a little nice email. I also let him know that he does need to attend a 2-day course. Thanks for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another of my videos. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.